AJ Ricketts alongside Danny Torres. This should be a lot of fun. FIU enters this evening 9-1-5 on the season. Marshall at 12-2-3. Both teams are 4-1-1 in conference play. FIU kind of feels like their 2017 campaign for Marshall. This is one of the most memorable seasons in school history already, and they're trying to keep the magic going. This is going to be enjoyable tonight.
Definitely, it's a bounce back season for FIU with the struggles that they had last year. And I'm not saying that no one expected this, but no one expected what it has turned out to be.
It certainly has been a lot of fun for Kevin Nyland. He took the job 3 years ago, coming back to FIU from Orlando City with the youth program, U19 team. He recruited so many standout players. Here's FIU through the years, and now looking to earn the regular season championship, just as FIU did 2 seasons ago. And with the 1C, Marshall is ranked for the first time since way back in 2001. It took them a little bit. They kept inching closer and closer in receiving votes. Got to 29th and 26th in October, then on the 8th of October, back to 27th. Once they got to that 21st spot on October 15th, FIU inside the box as Garro looking to threaten early. It had been 6,588 days since the Panthers, since the Thundering Herd, excuse me, had been in the top 25. October 1st, 2001. When Byron Carmichael was putting balls in the back of the nets for the Herd. Underway here at FIU Soccer Stadium. And certainly if you're FIU, you focus tonight. You look at the Marshall roster. Danny's going to be on Milo Youssef, who has quite the advantage on the team in goals scored. He has been their best offensive threat this season.
Just a freshman, 11 goals, and he's coming out of the system of Borussia Mönchengladbach from the Bundesliga in Germany, and he is German himself, so it's one player to watch throughout this match.
16 starts and 17 appearances this year, has played in every match on the 2019 campaign. Those 11 goals, lead Conference USA and tied for 19th national. He has been a standout. They are thrilled to have him.
Jonas Westmeyer as well, coming out of Borussia Dortmund, another German international.
Marshall outside the box here. You look at FIU's offense this season, and they've spread the wealth a little bit. Andrew Booth with 5 goals, Campoy with 5, Caleb Frank with 5. A number of players with 2 or 3. It's been a much more even offensive season for the Panthers compared to years past when maybe Santiago Coutinho or someone was gathering a higher workload of the offense. We'll talk to Kevin Allen. He has no problem with that. A lot of dependable guys on this roster.
Plans on this Friday night in Hanson, so we got FIU and Marshall.
Marshall trying to continue this match. Is Gagliardi with an early touch after a nice strike near side. That was Jamil Roberts, junior from England. The first shot on goal today. Had a little bit more space to operate with on the left side of the post. Gagliardi some work early. On the other end, FIU with a shot not on goal. Sagardui, the seniors honored pregame.
One thing to note, AJ, just looking over, comparing the FIU roster and the Marshall roster, a lot of these Marshall players have come from, notorious academies from South America to Europe.
Chris Grassi entered the program for the University of Charleston 3 seasons ago, and he has certainly brought international flair to this roster, as has Kevin Nyland. And FIU International is the name of the school, and that's certainly clear with the soccer program as well. Marshall in the box again.
Both teams starting fast.
Seems like there's been good developments both sides in the first 5 minutes. Push back towards midfield. Starts here. He has the trust of his head coach. 9 games played this season. Plenty of time. Freshman campaign. A lot of freshmen have contributed on this roster for FIU, but they certainly have a dependable veteran presence as well.
Marshall's going to be trying to look to extend this winning streak to 3 as they defeated Oakland. The last match was a conference match against Kentucky, a 1-0 victory.
Maybe the most thrilling home match in the history of Marshall soccer, the largest crowd in the history of the program, over 2,000 fans packed the stadium. You see a 63rd minute goal on a cross. There's FIU looking to cross it in themselves. Here's Garo. Turn, he pushes it back outside the box. Shot! Oh, what a save from Pita. 2 beautiful chances for FIU on the comeback.
Here's the counter from Marshall.
Somehow still scoreless, and here come the Herd, and that'll be momentarily clear. Wonderful stopping goal from Paulo Pita, the redshirt senior from Brazil. I don't know how we're still scoreless, buddy. Off the deflection. Gagliardi will see this off. 2 wonderful chances.
Let me tell you, AJ, we can expect to see some saves like that from Pita again in this one, coming from a Division II national championship before transferring to Marshall.
He played for Coach Grassi at Charleston, and once he took the job in Marshall, he still spent a year down in South Carolina and decided to transfer up into this Marshall program. Reunite with his former head coach. 2 big saves in the early going there. Could easily be 1-0 FIU, and eliminating any quick start for the Panthers certainly key for Marshall today. It's senior night, a chance for a regular season championship. FIU just suffered their first loss of the season, so it's an interesting dynamic. Typically, you know, the line of thought is once you finally lose that first game after being undefeated, it takes some of the pressure and edge off. Well, your next game is for a conference championship. So perhaps it's really not the thought process. There's plenty of pressure tonight for both teams. Off the foot of FIU for Marshall throw.
Sometimes losing the first one, and that type of adversity can turn out to be a good outcome for the team.
Panthers, I think, wanted a handball for a second. And here comes Marshall on the far side. Roberts is that forward on the opposite side. Souza on the near side as FIU takes possession. As talented a midfield as there is in conference play. Here's Booth. Now to Cousins. It's a nice freshman campaign for Anthony Cousins, a freshman from Honolulu.
Definitely a player that I've admired this whole season and his style of play and just creating chances and the energy he brings.
Has a nice finesse to him, but also shown the ability to play in physical games as well. Nice verve to him on the pitch this season as we're 10 minutes into the first half. No score, but a couple of shots for the Panthers. Marshall with a shot on goal as well on Gagliardi. Didn't have to move too much, but still a steady play in goal. As the crowd continues to file in here. FIU's match against top 20 or top 10 Charlotte was their highest attended game this season. A little bit more on the line tonight, no doubt about it.
Boy, do we have players in that one.
It was an interesting dynamic. As this is thrown to the middle, pushed far side. That was a physical game, tensions high with Charlotte's keeper. As this is not done. Charlotte's keeper may have been the greatest sports in college soccer that he helped everybody up. He was very supportive of both sides. But tensions ran high even after the final whistle in that scoreless draw. A lot of opportunities created in that match too in 110 minutes of play. Nothing to show for it though. First corner kick of the match here. Minutes in. Your post. Somehow cleared out of there. As Nick O'Callahan was ready to send it forward. This will be a goal kick for the Herd. Well, you see in plenty of matches, especially with the Panthers this season, maybe the first 10 or 15 minutes, just feeling out the opponent. Same with Marshall, getting into a rhythm. I don't really feel that's the case today. We've seen some good developments on both sides.
Yeah, it seems like both teams came to this game and they both seem very comfortable. Let's go! You can guarantee with how the top of Conference USA is jam-packed that Charlotte will be keeping a close eye on this one tonight.
Yeah, Charlotte does not play. They're tuned in, waiting to see the results of this. So again, if there's a draw, Charlotte will be the 1 seed. FIU is the 1 seed with a victory. Marshall is the 1 seed with a victory. Simple. Chance for Garo here inside the box. Didn't get all of it. A second chance perhaps, and then into the hands of Pito. Boy, Garo had a great run, but he did not strike that well, did he? Yeah, he may rue that moving forward. Watch that. Did not get enough pace on that. In a wonderful position.
Seemed like he couldn't get his right footing or good grip onto that shot. Also, the angle that Pito was coming at and Garo was coming at would make that shot extremely difficult trying to get into that right outside post.
Let's go! Let's go!
Bang, bang efforts there. Garo has put himself in the midst of all the activity in the early going. Cousins to Barraza. Flips it back to Hassan. You're watching college soccer on CUSA TV. Meaningful match tonight's. Panthers of FIU, the Herd of Marshall. Vying for a regular season championship. Here's Cousins at the 18. Cousins. Looked like he was flicking it left. There was no gold jersey in that vicinity. Got it back on the deflection.
I think he was looking for Garo to make that run.
FIU quickly regains possession. Hassan accelerates. Pivots right. Raza. Nice turn. First level. Outside the post it would have been. Pita taking no chances.
The finesse FIU's playing right now, how comfortable they are, is just spectacular for the size of this match.
Panthers controlling possession in the last 5 or so minutes. Pita with 6 shutouts this year, including 3 consecutive shutouts. That included a match against 5th-ranked Charlotte. Now here comes Marshall pushing forward. Now here's some space, just wide to the right. Yosef was threatening there, the leading goal scorer. It'll be the first corner kick for the Herd. Last split-second deflection there, but Yosef had some space. Good recovery by O'Callahan.
This would be Jonas Westmeyer taking the corner for the Thundering Herd.
Another German on this Herd roster. Serves it up. Go well far of the back post. Headed in, dangerous. Away. With a pace. This first 16 minutes. Fun to watch as a fan, no doubt. 5 shots tallied up for the Panthers as of this point. Marshall has 2, but they've been in the attacking third.
Let's go!
In 18 years between rankings in the top 25, trying to cap a terrific regular season. And has had its share of memorable moments up in Huntington.
What I've noticed early on in this match is that FIU has been more aggressive, more fast-paced in their attacking compared to Marshall, who's a little bit more laid back, being more patient with their touches and trying to find the opportunities.
A couple more runs here for FIU. Garo has been involved. FIU wants the flag up, but is not. The end line here pushed back. We'll look to switch field. Here's Mossy Eunice with the throw. That'll be FIU ball.
Referee just directing Cousins to move back to the original place where the ball should be thrown in.
These 2 squads played twice last season. FIU with a thrilling overtime victory in West Virginia last September. 2-1, Santiago Patino had 2 goals in that game, including the game winner. With the Herd exacting a measure of revenge in the conference tournament. Goal! Marshall on the board first. The Herd take the lead. It's Jameel Roberts. 27 minutes remaining in the first half. Roberts with Marshall up front. Please. 1-0 Herd. A quick strike inside the 18.
Junior from England, just trying to quiet the FIU crowd. Of course, not being appreciative of that.
He placed that perfectly in the bottom right corner. Timed it perfectly, yeah, absolutely. Every reason to celebrate that. Marshall 1, FIU 0. 18 minutes into the first half, and for all the opportunities the Panthers have put together, none has reached the back of the net, and it's Marshall with the early lead.
When you have a tall goalkeeper like Gagliardi, who's 6'3", the hardest shots for those tall goalkeepers are the ones that are in the ground, coming as fast as possible. Those just make it really impossible for them to get down to the ground as quick as possible.
Not much Gagliardi could have done. Really at the edge of the box, too. One-timer. Marshall with the momentum. Foul on Barraza. Jameel Roberts, the junior from Langport, England. Started every match last season, has started all but 3 this year. That's his 5th goal. of the year. Also carries 9 assists. Played 22 minutes in his last match against FIU. That was a 1-0 loss against the Owls, which is a team the Panthers dominated earlier this season, I think to the tune of 5-0. For FIU supporters, this is really par for the course, Danny. You look at their matches this season, history of the team, even going back a couple of years under Kevin Nyland. They like to keep it interesting, to say the least.
Oh, definitely, for sure. This thing is not over.
Garro, oh, a wonderful turn. Garro, he ties the game. 2 minutes later, the equalizer from the freshman. We're tied at 1.
What did I just tell you, AJ? What did I just tell you?
We are in store for large amounts of fun this evening. Tied at 1, 20 minutes into the first half. Garro with the goal. Well, that's Garro Echevarria, to say it properly. The freshman making a name for himself in his freshman campaign.
The kid is incredible, AJ. He is incredible. The way he pulled back, cut back that ball, and just drilled that shot. It wasn't the fastest, hardest shot. Just placed it right in that corner. Just the footwork is what made that goal everything.
We said he's been involved in a part of this offense all season long, but Danny, that's the first goal for the freshman this season. Goal number 1 as an FIU Panther for Garro Echevarria. Marshall 1, FIU 1. 24 minutes to play in the first half. Wow, pair of goals, 2 minutes apart. Now here come the Herd once more. High up the goal, but again another opportunistic chance inside the 18 from Yosef. Buckle up.
Yosef sending that right over the baseball stadium.
It's just to say, well, we're ready to punch right back. Stay on your toes. I've got 11 this season, looking for 12. About that, that was a similar goal there for Garro as his opportunity earlier, which he didn't strike well. That time he took advantage of his chance.
Exactly, AJ. Right when I told you in that first opportunity that he did not have the angle, he cut back to find the angle, and he did, and drilled it. So great by Garro to find that space that he needed to separate himself from the defender and the keeper to get that angle available.
That's by you, Eden! Let's go!
Clever play. Here's Hassan. Raza sends it back to keep possession to O'Callahan. David Garcia, another talented freshman who was the hero against Gulf Coast. Here's Yosef. Couldn't corral it on the first touch. Heady play by Barraza to win possession. Here's Letts. Flips forward. Flag remains down. Booth stops on a dime. He's trying to hit Garro with the through ball. Nice idea. That's a collision right along the end of the Marshall bench. It'll be a foul on FIU for a Marshall free kick.
On the physicality, well, it hasn't started yet, but you can expect that as this match goes on, he gets close to that final minute.
That's a great point. A lot of finesse tonight. So far, we're in the first 25 minutes. The tactical play has stood out a bit more than any physicality, but as with most matches, that pentagram will change.
It's okay for right now. Like I told you, when we get close to that final minute, I think everyone will then start trying to lose their composure.
What else would you expect in a match for the conference championship? Inside the box again, Marshall back on top. 2-1 Hurd on the cross. What a first half. Was that Roberts again? Jameel Roberts has a pair.
Now 6 goals on the season.
And he just got behind that back line of the Panthers, right really around the area Gagliardi was centered.
Back post is wide open, AJ.
That is a breakdown along the back third for FIU. You've got Garcia, O'Callahan, and Owen Green.
Definitely a miscommunication too, AJ, because that ball was rolling right across the goal. I feel like Gagliardi could have just come out, slide, and picked it up.
They've been hitting Yosef a couple times on that near side, and on that opportunity, took advantage of some space to cross. 3 goals in the last 8 minutes. This crowd is stunned once more. Jameel Roberts. Gagliardi as Vitor Diaz sent a soft shot his way. I have to say, how much fun is this? I mean, even before the goal scoring, this was a great brand of soccer being played here in the regular season finale. And now you're at the offense to it. 3 goals. Marshall with a 2-1 lead. And to punch right back after the Panthers equalized it off the foot of Garo.
For the fans, sometimes, whether your team wins or loses, whether you're happy or upset at the end of the day, you're just happy you guys see a good game.
Well, you go back to the match here against Charlotte. It kind of felt like it was a bomb that never really went off. A lot of build-ups, a lot of anticipation. The crowd antsy, especially throughout those overtime periods, but no team could put it in the back of the net. Somewhat of an anticlimactic double overtime scoreless draw, although that worked out in FIU's favor, helped them be in the driver's seat. But a loss to South Carolina on the road has changed the course of conference play, of course. So we have under 20 minutes remaining in the first half. Deep ball. Feet of there easily.
FIU leading with 6 shots compared to Marshall's 3.
And Charlotte not playing tonight. FIU's taking on Old Dominion, Kentucky, and UAB is a fun match, and then FIU and Marshall right here. Charlotte standing at 4-0-3 in conference play. 10-2-4 overall. Panthers looking for their 10th win this evening. Joseph. If you're just joining us, this has been quite a bit of fun thus far. In the 17th minute, a goal from Roberts, his 5th of the season. Garo answered less than 2 minutes later to equalize it at 1. And then 3 minutes later, Roberts again putting it in the back of the net.
And the Thundering Herd have had possession for a little bit of time here. FIU not even being able to get a touch of that ball.
Perhaps trying to zap a little bit of energy from FIU in this lull more than midway through the first half. Cross in once more. It'll be a corner kick, Marshall. Second corner of the match. We have our first substitution.
Coming in for number 6, Jonas Westmeyer.
Fernandez, the sophomore, will enter for Westmeyer. Brazilian comes in for the German. 17.5 minutes to go first half. AJ Ricketts, Danny Torres. We're watching the Conference USA, well, essentially regular season championship match here on CUSA TV.
Packed house tonight.
So with a little more arc. Easily headed away by O'Callahan, or Hassan, excuse me. Not much doing on that cross. The all-time series between these two programs tied at 10 apiece. First game in the series, 1999, a 3-2 win for the Herd. That was a wonderful year for the Panthers. But FIU has won 7 of the last 8 against the Herd.
FIU finally bouncing back on top of possession.
Like some little goals are made, so like when the whistle's blown, it's like what
Cross in.
Ooh! Just above the post as Andrew Roof gave it a run. Well, FIU has outscored Marshall since 2013 in this series, 20-4. It has been a series dominated by the Panthers despite the Herds winning the conference championship last year. This season just feels a little different all around. And I think they're going to say that was offside on Booth before the shot, because that was deflected out of play. And it was put back into play by the Herd. 15 minutes remaining. First half.
Would be a throw-in for Marshall. So the Panthers really struggling to get a full possession in right now. Marshall's really been putting the pressure on them.
Yeah, aside from that Booth chance, feels like Marshall's kind of asserted themselves a little more after that second goal. Here's Anthony Cousins. Mr. Hawaii trying to get nifty on the near side, and he earns FIU a corner kick.
Nice work by Cousins to earn his team that corner kick. The hesitation and the footwork, superb.
FIU has taken advantage of set pieces this year.
Let's go, guys! Let's put inside!
Rousselet to take the corner. Rousselet's far post. Contact, but out of play.
That's a corner!
We've got a is this a card in the box? Corner kick for FIU. What's the foul? That'll be out on Marshall. Beg your pardon.
No, AJ, everyone made it seem like there was a penalty call.
I heard penalty being yelled out, and the official's hand was up. I didn't know if a card was being distributed. Just another corner here. No problem for Peter. So enough of all that. What a first half for Peter, huh?
Both keepers been quite busy.
The pair of saves he had in the first 5 minutes really set the tone. Here at FIU, it's senior night. You got about a sellout crowd filing in. Regular season championship, 1 seed on the line. You put one in the first 5 minutes. That certainly dictates the energy levels, at least for the next 20 minutes or so. Callahan taps it to Cousins. In step. Cousins really great possession.
Marshall's leaving a lot of space on this near side for Cousins.
Early cross, easily cleared. Garcia headed it out of play.
You okay? You see, you said you weren't okay.
Go, FIU!
I haven't had it.
Panthers have such a culture here at FIU Soccer Stadium. After every win, the players coming over to the hedges, high-fiving fans along the edge. They've had a lot to celebrate the last couple seasons, as Marshall will have a throw-in. And hosting a first-round tournament game is not out of the question for the Panthers. Again, FIU comes in ranked 19th. Marshall's at 14. Top 16 have that privilege of hosting the first round. FIU gets a victory here, performs well in the conference tournaments. Not out of the question, but you have to think a loss here probably put them out of contention unless they have a dominating conference tournament. As Yosef on a bad giveaway, Gagliardi has to retreat. Yosef stumbled for a moment, now under pressure, and that's terrific recovery from David Garcia. And Marshall is being awarded a corner, nevertheless. Yeah, the leading goal scorer in Conference USA on a beeline to the goal, and the freshman was able to run him down and at least get his defense back in position.
I believe Yosef was claiming for a handball in the box to give him a penalty.
Let's see here. Well, it looks like it was on the inside part of the elbow. Certainly not intentional. It's a corner kick.
It's another plea for Conference USA to install VAR.
Yes. Punch. He stays outside that goal line. Danger not over yet. You get the sense they're very fortuitous right now. Marshall with the mindset of extending this lead and really asserting control in the final 10 minutes of the first half. Fans wanting to see more of the developments the Panthers put together in the first 10 to 15 minutes. FIU is out shooting Marshall 7-4, but 2-1 on the scoreboard. FIU throw. Let's get a look at first side. 0-3. So Mohamed Kandi will enter for the Panthers. He comes in for Garo, the goal scorer. Bench as well. So the first subs for Kevin Island's squad. Caleb Frank in as well. Condi. Nifty. Loses possession, but Cousins regains. This little double tap across, upcoming here perhaps. Into the box! Oh! Just off the right post. Condi nearly had it tied again.
And it was open, AJ. It was open for the taking. build up to that cross. The 2 plays in the corner was just phenomenal.
Took something to get there anyway. Flag is up. Flag is up. Flag is up. Crowd didn't see it or hear the whistle initially.
First thing I do is always look at the side ref.
Yeah, you've had a couple goals taken away from you in your day-to-day.
It's just better not to mention it, AJ.
I see you on the Instagram still playing that turf soccer in the cage. No offsides calls there.
We can use the walls out there all we want. Get away with a couple of things.
I'll tell you, soccer on those enclosed small pitches is exhausting.
It's a much faster game, I can tell you that.
And it's deflection after deflection as well. There is no spacing. There is no concept of spacing. You just rip it, and you hope it reaches the small nets. But it's a lot of fun. And it makes for good pictures. You got the penthouse, soccer pitches up for rents here at the 305. 2-1 Marshall, just over 6 minutes to play.
FIU ball.
More of a beach soccer guy, a little slower pace.
That's a little tougher, AJ. Running in the sand, trying to dribble in the sand.
Yeah, but typically, everyone's moving a little slower. You got a couple more breaks, maybe to cool down with a beverage of your choice.
And you got the water right there. Just get a little tired.
So
into the ocean.
Take a soak in the Atlantic. Booth thought he might have been offside. He was not. They keep playing. Under 6 minutes here to go. First half, Condi. Good idea, but I think O'Callahan, not O'Callahan, that's pardon. Hassan would have been offside. And just let it go. Pita has been a star of the first half. Never mind a goal from Garo. 6 saves from the senior keeper. And the green and black. Big reason why the Herd have a 2-1 advantage. Marshall here on the road in the 40th minutes.
Besides the score, Kevin Nyland really should be proud of the way this team has come out.
It's unlucky on a number of looks here in the first half. I figure if they keep putting the ball in the mixer like they have, good things will come. We've seen plenty of games this year in which a team has outshot the other by maybe 15, 20 shots. Take a loss by a goal. That was Charlotte's earlier this season. And I think against Georgia State, may have been
about 20 shots and still lost the game.
The first loss of the year. That was right before they played FIU.
That's just called a bad day at the office.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. It's going to happen. It's an annual event. Shoot the other team by 15 and take it out. Cousins. Extension. Crowd rising to their feet. Can the Panthers get a cross in? Yes, they do. With no one on that back post. Nearly out of the range of Pita to snag it from his own man. Nobody there in goal to receive it. It was not a bad effort.
Every time that ball is about to be crossed in or gets to that corner, everyone in the stadium just stands right up.
Rousselet had the right idea. O'Callahan charging forward. O'Callahan with the left foot. Corner kick, FIU. That's a defender that knows how to play his spots. Poor clearance from the keeper, and O'Callahan is sprinting forward. Trying to put a good foot on it. Now 3 minutes of the first half. Barraza with the service to the far post, punched away. Put it right back in. So let's passing sequence winds up in a throw.
Got it. Come on! Jamil, come on!
Well, it stayed in. Cousins. Deflection, Booth. Looking to chase it down. Booth did well to take it away. Should look clear. That was almost disaster for the Herd.
I'm not sure why he stopped running.
Too heavy a touch, perhaps difficult to tell from this angle. But yeah, it looked like he had a shot being developed. Peter there to end the threat once again here. They can pick it up.
End of this first half, FIU really threatening.
They can sneak in and make goal.
Here comes Marshall the other way. That's Milo Yosef, who is brought down for the foul. Roughly about a minute left here in the first half.
First half, it has been
2-1.
12 combined shots between the two teams. Or 16, I beg your pardon. Scoreboard a little bit behind. You can see why with all the offense there's been 16 combined shots, 8 shots on goal between the two teams, 7 corner kicks. 2-1 lead. Booth off his chest, the turn. That's what Coutinho was so good last season, wasn't it? It was like boxing out. Man, able to turn.
27 seconds remaining.
These teams 4-1-1 in conference play. Marshall seeking their 12th win. FIU looking for number 10. Herd will play it deep, looking for one final opportunity.
10,
Gold jerseys in the area.
7, 6,
It's out of play. And that will send us to the locker room. What a first 45 minutes here in Miami between Marshall and FIU. As these two programs vie for the regular season championship and a 1 seed. After the first half of play, it's the Herd with a pair of goals from Jamil Roberts. Garo the lone goal for FIU as he struck it in the 19th minutes. Marshall goals in the 17th and 22nd. 2-1 Herd after 45. The Panthers have a comeback in store on Senior Day. We're back in 15 minutes from Miami.
25 years, Conference USA student athletes have set new standards of success. Our history includes those who are beyond competitors on the field, beyond champions in the classroom, and beyond heroes in their communities. We call them Hall of Famers. The Conference USA Hall of Fame class of 2019. Their legacies live on. To find out more about the inaugural class, visit conferenceusa.com.
We're a university founded on the side of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without healthcare shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
In 1995, I was
1995, I was getting my coaching career started. I was at the University of Maine.
quarterback coach, assistant coach at Clemson University.
1995, offensive coordinator at Kansas State, a young coach, 32 years old.
I was a high school coach. I was in South Georgia and coaching Coffee County High School. 10 years old, so what would I have been, 4th grade, 5th grade?
Well, in 1995, I was assistant head coach at Western University and dreamed at that point of someday being a head coach.
Was hoping one day to be a head coach someday.
Just starting really to learn the game of football.
I had just left the Dallas Cowboys as the defensive coordinator and became the head football coach at the University of Miami in 1995.
I was in my 2nd year as the head football coach at the University of Connecticut.
95, I wasn't old enough to make many good decisions.
1995, I just graduated high school. I would have been a sophomore in high school.
I just had my 2nd child that year.
My first son was born, my only son was born in 1995.
It was 96 I had my 2nd child. So I had 1 child in that year.
Not a care in the world.
I think, yeah. And was off to Fresno State.
Player at Nicholls State University.
We made it to state semifinals that year in football, Muskogee Roughers. We played Midwest City, came up a little short there in the semifinals.
Married, head football coach, 30 years old, the whole world in front of it.
What do you mean? I was either getting S's or U's on my report card for satisfactory or unsatisfactory, so.
Yeah, 25 years, that's a minute ago.
If we're on a good run, I'll wear the same jacket every game.
Listening to my favorite song, making sure I play the song right before I get taped.
If it's really hot, I gotta have an iced coffee before the game and at halftime, just because I'm a caffeine addict, so I gotta have a lot of caffeine going through me.
I always gotta tap the win sign right when we come out the locker room. If you don't tap it, you never know what's gonna happen.
I try to get dressed the same way every time, change into like my compressions and stuff, and then I'll have to wait a certain amount of time before I can get changed. And then at a certain time, once I have like my pants on and my cleats, then I go get my tape done, and then I kind of slowly get everything ready to go so that as soon as they're calling us up, I'm getting my helmet on. That's the last thing I have to put on, and that's it. I don't have to worry about anything else.
Normally on game day, all my teammates tell me this, but they say you don't talk a lot. So on game day, I kind of just like listen to music, go throughout the day, and before we run on the field, I always play the same game on my phone.
I don't really treat a game day different than any practice day. I walk in and just have fun.
Just intense focus. I don't really need the music. I don't really need the hype. I just like to, lock in. Praying right in my locker before I head out in the field and praying with 3 of my teammates before the game starts.
Get in the hot tub, you know what I'm saying, before the game, relax my body, get loose. If I can't get in the hot tub, it kind of throw me off a little bit.
I eat the same thing every pregame. I eat baked chicken and a baked potato.
Baked potato, you get a choice if you want to put, stuff it with some chicken and some cheese and some butter, and it helps me get my carbs and my protein in.
Grilled chicken and a loaded baked potato.
Baked potatoes, I have to have a baked potato at this point before every game.
Spaghetti, pasta.
I like eating spaghetti before a game.
Spaghetti, 2 pieces of chicken breast with some A1 on it, and some pineapples.
I'm not really too big on spaghetti, the carbs and everything. I like just the straight protein.
So I make sure I always have a side salad. I think I have some corn, mashed potatoes, and a medium steak.
Macaroni and steak.
Steak and rice.
Nice juicy steak.
Steak, twist it up, dip it in some barbecue sauce. Then you got a nice little salad with some cheese and ranch, and then probably some mashed potatoes and corn.
Chicken, bread, and the honey.
I got the routine down to eat a lot in the morning and then a little bit less before the game starts.
Just something light so that I have a little bit of something.
Chicken, lasagna, and probably baked potato. If I eat good, something heavy but light at the same time because I know I'll burn it off all by warm-ups.
I really enjoy the sandwich and chips that we get for the snack.
Mac and cheese, for sure.
Pancakes and the chicken breast.
Some candy, some lifesaver sours before the game. The sour ones, though.
This is the CUSA way. Watch us be competitive, unique, strong, and athletic. We're driven. We're passionate. We're champions. This is the CUSA way.
For 25 years, Conference USA student athletes have done things the only way that we know how, the CUSA way. In that quarter of a century, we've learned a thing or two about winning, both on and off the field. Our student athletes are more than just great athletes. They're fantastic students, and they're outstanding citizens who give back to their communities. We're committed to excellence. We are stronger together. That's the CUSA way.
How much I think it weighs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lordy.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Okay, here we go.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, whoa. Hey, that's crazy.
And you can pick it up if you want.
No, thank you. I'm superstitious.
I'm not picking it up. I was guess.
Whoa.
Heavier than I thought. See how heavy the actual trophy? Like, this is real. This is real deal.
It's a nice little trophy.
Oh my Lord, Chris, this is heavy.
I think it's
Oh man, hold it like this. So I know, like a person.
Yeah. Okay.
I lifted weights this morning. I should be pretty good. Oh, it is pretty heavy. Shoot.
Conference USA Championship Trophy, and I'm going to say that it weighs 54 pounds.
I'm going to go with 85 pounds.
63 pounds.
94.6 pounds.
95 pounds.
57 pounds. I'm going to give that 30 pounds.
I think it's 200 pounds. That it?
22 pounds.
55 pounds.
80 pounds.
Let's see. How about 75 pounds?
78.67 pounds.
I think that weighs 75 pounds.
Sage, give me a picture of me holding the trophy quick.
It's 58.6.
85 pounds.
12 pounds. What is it really?
Probably give it 102 pounds.
52 pounds.
I should know this since we had this last year. I'm gonna say 50 pounds.
Roughly about 45 to 46 pounds.
Food is indeed the language of love. This one, she likes you. She likes your la lechonera, my friend. La lechonera is the spark of love. Your spark of love is powerful. Powerful indeed, my friend. La lechonera, the original mojo criollo. Obey the pig.
Mental health affects us all, whether you finish first or last.
Whether you win or lose.
The stigma around these issues causes those around us to suffer in silence.
Mental health is nothing to be ashamed of.
You are not alone.
You are not alone. As a student athlete,
As a teammate,
As a friend.
We pledge to continue the conversation.
because it matters.
Because you matter.
Stand up to the stigma.
Stand up.
Stand up.
continue the conversation.
You are not alone.
For 25 years, Conference USA student athletes have set new standards of success. Our history includes those who are beyond competitors on the field, beyond champions in the classroom, and beyond heroes in their communities. We call them Hall of Famers. The Conference USA Hall of Fame class of 2019. Their legacies live on. To find out more about the inaugural class, visit conferenceusa.com.
We're a university founded on the site of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and there are coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
In 1995, I was
1995, I was getting my coaching career started. I was at the University of Maine.
Quarterback coach, assistant coach at Clemson University.
1995, offensive coordinator at Kansas State, a young coach, 32 years old.
I was a high school coach. I was in South Georgia and coaching Coffee County High School.
10 years old, so what would I have been, 4th grade, 5th grade?
Well, in 1995, I was assistant head coach at Western University and dreamed at that point of someday being a head coach.
Was hoping one day to be a head coach someday.
Just starting really to learn the game of football.
I had just left the Dallas Cowboys as the defensive coordinator and became the head football coach at the University of Miami in 1995.
I was in my 2nd year as the head football coach at the University of Connecticut.
95, I wasn't old enough to make many good decisions.
1995, I just graduated high school.
I would have been a sophomore in high school.
I just had my 2nd child that year. My first son was born, my only son was born in 1995. It was 96 I had my 2nd child. So I had 1 child in that year.
Not a care in the world.
I think, yeah. And was off to Fresno State.
Player at Nicholls State University.
We made it to state semifinals that year in football, Muskogee Roughers. We played Midwest City, came up a little short there in the semifinals.
Married, head football coach, 30 years old, the whole world in front of it.
What do you mean? I was either getting S's or U's on my report card for satisfactory or unsatisfactory, so.
Yeah, 25 years, that's a minute ago.
welcome you back to Miami. We're all set for half number 2 at FIU Soccer Stadium. The Herd of Marshall with a 2-1 advantage over FIU as these two teams playing for the 1 seed in the conference tournament. Looking for a regular season championship. Plenty on the line tonight on a South Florida evening here in early November. It's a pleasure to have you alongside us on CUSA TV. I'm AJ Ricketts. Danny Torres, my partner tonight, 2-1 Marshall. As it was quite the first half offensively, 17 total shots, Danny, 7 corner kicks, and terrific play in goal from Paulo Pita. And Marshall and FIU are delivering a fun one tonight.
If FIU can pull this off, this is something I'll be grateful for at Thanksgiving.
2-1 our score here. And Marshall trying to come on the road. Tough environments, capacity crowd. Very motivated FIU team on senior nights. Frank could not take it away near the midfield line. Play it back.
Gagliardi's just going to play this with Callahan. I expect to see the Panthers come out in the second half with a high pressure of intensity.
Let's see if it can be as exciting as the first 5 minutes previously. From distance, right into the chest. Pita. Opportunistic. '48th minutes. Gold jerseys surrounding Labella. Now Gagliardi will reset once more. Pressure being applied by Roberts, who has the pair of goals for the Herd tonight. Jamil Roberts scoring in the 17th and 22nd minutes. FIU had their tally in the 19th. It was a span of 3 goals in less than 9 minutes.
Has it been a match that can go either way, to be quite honest. Even though the end of the first half.
Here's Booth looking to turn, got it to Condi. Still not out of the area. Booth might have been in a nice spot had that not been headed out last moment. Condi's had a clutch goal earlier this year. Mohamed Condi came on midway, later part of the first half. Senior in Philadelphia. 1 goal in his career was at Kentucky late for a big win on the road for the Panthers. First 45 minutes as entertaining a brand of soccer as either of these two teams have played this season. Especially in a game with these stakes. FIU had an offensive onslaught against the Owls of FAU. The team they were expected to dispatch.
Right?
Yeah. Well done by Garcia as a pair of green jerseys were making a run. This might be a little too strong for Booth, or maybe not. This will be a corner. Yeah, Peter retreated. It looks for a moment as that long ball would be too strong and gobbled up, and then he retreated to goal, and it bounced nicely for Booth. Marshall had to be sharp defensively there to set up the set piece. 5 minutes into the second half.
Beautiful, well-placed ball into Booth. Just had that defender running, catch up to the pace of the pass.
Rousselet will deliver. Back post is loaded. Ooh. Garcia hit the wrong spot.
Peter's been in no hurry in all of these goal kicks to take him.
Well, you think you take about 15 seconds on each goal kick. You can gobble up a couple of minutes throughout the course of a half. Look at Conti. Not making anything easy for Diaz Salcedo, senior from Spain.
Let's go, boys. I'm going to go for the flick. Press up on them.
Marshall, no hurry for the throw-in.
Chris Grassi in his third season for Marshall. Kevin Nyland in his third year. He was here for a stint previously, as well chronicled.
So many similarities between these two teams.
Joseph trying to find any avenue forward.
And that's a tactic right there. Just drag them into the corner. So waste more time, get the ball to bounce, they can regain possession. That's what you want to do. You want to time waste.
I don't know if Marshall's looking to be that conservative at this juncture, but
I don't think they should, AJ.
No. Way too much time, especially with their offensive personality. It hasn't been Joseph today, it's been Roberts. Joseph is Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week twice this season. Roberts is actually tied for 7th all-time at Marshall in assists, 14 of them. Leads the conference in assists. He's done the goal scoring today. Roberts was on the sideline. Or it might have been a foul. Rousselet to Hassan. Coach Grassi, 28, 21, and 7. And Marshall, Kevin Island, 31, 14, and 8. Conference USA Soccer this year. 4 teams in the top 20. And a free kick in a nice area for the Panthers.
This is a very dangerous area right outside the 18. Shot on the corner side of it.
Cousins. Scrappy, just fights.
We know how well FIU has done on set pieces this season.
Maybe more dangerous avenue than corner kicks. Queued up, punched away. Cousins. Header tried to keep it in the area. Now FIU retreating as Roberts trying to sneak it past Gagliardi. Not a terrible idea as Gagliardi was along the 18, but he'll send it right back. Frank to Green. O'Callahan. Approaching 10 minutes into the second half. There's a Marshall program that was picked to finish 4th in the conference preseason coaches poll. That was the highest preseason selection in 9 or 8 years. And at the very worst, they're going to be 3rd and surpass that, just as they have in the previous 2 seasons. In terms of their preseason coaches poll ranking.
Crowd trying to get the Panthers to get some energy and get going here.
Here's some space on the near side for Owen Green to develop. Green to the far side as it curls in. Loaded up. Yeah, that was not a bad idea from Andrew Booth. He was squatting down and making it to Seamus. He would load up for a header, but then softly let it skip along the back of his head to set up his teammate. And if that were not deflected away, it may have been a shot on goal. Watch here, Booth, like he's going to go up for a header, and then calmly sets it down.
Marshall player down on the field. He was asking for a sub.
That's Schneider, the freshman. As the athletic training staff make a run, you wonder if it's cramps. He's stretching out that leg. Of course, perhaps cliche to anticipate cramps anytime a player is just stretching those legs out, but often is the case in a humidity-filled atmosphere such as Miami. We'll take a break while they tend to Schneider. 2-1 Marshall here in the second half.
If we're on a good run, I'll wear the same jacket every game.
Listening to my favorite song, making sure I play the song right before I get taped.
If it's really hot, I gotta have an iced coffee before the game and at halftime, just because I'm a caffeine addict, so I gotta have a lot of caffeine going through me.
I always gotta tap the win sign right when we come out the locker room. If you don't tap it, you never know what's gonna happen.
I try to get dressed the same way every time, changing like my compressions and stuff, and then I'll have to wait a certain amount of time before I can get changed, and then at a certain time, once I have like my pants on and my cleats, so then I go get my tape done, and then I kind of slowly get everything ready to go, so that as soon as they're calling us up, I'm getting my helmet on. That's the last thing I have to put on, and that's what
No. They cut back after they've attended to Schneider. So Westmeyer, another German I should say on this team. Well, let's see, let me go down the roster real quick. Oh, Josef, can't forget Josef. 3 Germans on this roster. 4, Felsberg, Germany. Jean-Eric Linos as well. Here's the corner kick.
Poor clearance.
It was Diaz trying to send it away, unsuccessful. Plenty of time for FIU, a team that scored a goal after the 85th minute in 3 consecutive matches as part of their just thrilling run in the second half of the season. Rousselet, the senior from France, to take the corner. Far post, headed out. Cousins there to retrieve immediately. No whistle on that tackle from O'Callaghan. Terrific play.
Very risky tackle.
Yeah. Served up high. Frank got a head on it, but no momentum to push it forward. Again, Schneider going out of the game moments ago. He was immediately asking for a sub. He looked to be okay, but he wasn't fit to continue at that stage in time. So Westmeyer is on for him. Cousins trying to stop the flow of momentum here, immediately backed up. Here's Josef. Try to push it near side. Well done to get a foot on it from Roberts. Owen Green easily corrals. A little bit of hesitation.
Trying to find someone that can get open, create some space. Offside.
Condi was well off. Don't need the VAR to be confident of that. But Danny would certainly like it. We'll talk to our tech reps to see what we can do.
Definitely has been one of my favorite talking points this season.
What's the latest across the pond right now? What's going on? Premier League.
Well, Liverpool leading the table.
Okay.
Manchester City in second.
There's a foul against Marshall here. And they got a lot of Chelsea fans in South Florida. What's going on with Chelsea?
They're in about 4th place.
Okay.
Last time I checked. Christian Pulisic scored a hat trick.
That's right, yeah.
Which is impressive.
Saw some headlines there. Here's a nice run from David Garcia, making his way through a pair of her defenders before the giveaway.
Not really used to hearing hat trick in American and Premier League in the same sentence.
Sure, no, that was a meaningful event. This Pulisic, of course, kind of represents the hope of the future of American soccer. Not in a good place right now. That was their last friendly that lost to Canada. Have they played since then?
Yes.
Yeah. And they got another one coming up. It's Canadian soon. They better pick it up or we might see some more frazzled Taylor Twellman on our television sets.
That had to be one of my favorite rants I've ever seen.
Oh, it's plenty entertaining to see Taylor and Alexi spew their thoughts, but would rather than be pleased with the progress of the program. 15 minutes into the second half here.
Definitely, if you love those two, listen to Alexi Lawless's State of the Union podcast. You like those type of rants, there's more of it on that podcast.
I have to check it out. Of course, Inter Miami will represent the city in the MLS stage come next spring. Oh, chance here. Threatening. Will they make an extra pass? They do. Pushed in. Great save, Gagliardi. And I'll tell you what, Vestmeyer wishes he had that back. Kind of passed it forward, did not really take a threatening shot.
Didn't have much bend or curve on it.
That looked like off the inside of the foot, which certainly can attain positive results with. More of a pass that Gagliardi had to be sure on. As Roberts hearing it from the crowd, he's enjoyed his pair of goals today. Well, you know, the line of thought is if they're booing you on the road, you've probably done something good.
I agree with that statement.
Or you did a lot of good with that place and then left them for another team. The former Miami Heat star once did, of course. Another chance. Roberts wants three. Denied. Gagliardi had to be sharp.
You know, AJ, sometimes it's better just not to boo him. Sometimes it just ticks him off and makes him play even better.
He nearly found himself with a hat trick. Well done by Gagliardi. Had to time that dive correctly, too. Booth goes to Frank near side. You got Frank Condi on the near side. Now the turn, Barraza. Looking for space, Barraza. Corner kick, FIU. Barraza, the junior. Clever with the ball on the 18. Look how poised he is right here. No rush, no pressure. Loaded up for a good shot and earns a corner kick. The pressure will start to ramp up with every passing minutes in this deficit for FIU. Near post. Not this time, and a foul against the Panthers will cue up a goal kick. After the 8th corner for FIU. Out shooting the Herd 14-9. 8-3 advantage in corners. But the Panthers still trail on senior night. And these are two emotions. I mean, no matter what your spot is in the standings come the end of the season, senior night already presents a number of emotions. The Panthers were converging in on Peter there. Did you add the stakes of the conference regular season title? And again, perhaps across all sports, the regular season title, as the importance of it has diminished a bit with what the conference tournament entails and the automatic bid. But a regular season championship, there's really no arguing. It is a statement, it is a sign of the progress and the stature of a program. It also certainly helps with that tournament seeding.
Definitely.
And to win it at home, here's Roberts.
Nice clearance.
Yeah, oh, that was crafty. That's a solid touch. Marshall has numbers even on the counter. Booth and Frank looking to set something up.
Not liking the middle. It's just there's nobody there for FIU. And then we just got to play it back.
26 minutes remain. Cousins looking to create. Rousselette telling him to send it on back. Frank could not handle a pass with pace. A foul against FIU.
You know what I think it's time for, AJ?
What's that?
I think it's Garo time. Let's bring him in.
Let's see. Is that Garo checking in, getting set to? No. FIU has a sub queued up. Garo with his first goal of the season in the first half, 19th minutes. Nearly had a pair. I think that's Kempoy. And a free kick upcoming here. O'Callahan is incredulous. I don't believe we've seen Kempoy tonight.
No, we have not, actually.
Redshirt junior from Haiti.
This will be quite interesting.
And let's see what Marshall has in mind on this free kick from Vestmeyer. Over the wall, Vestmeyer, too wide. Admirable effort there from Vestmeyer, more than 30 yards out.
Looking for a sort of Lionel Messi-esque type bending free kick.
No bend there, just wide left of the post. Kempoy comes in. Condi will take a seat. And also sub for Marshall coming in, number 18. Ryan Sirk, redshirt freshman from Arizona.
I believe there's an offside called. Good touch.
Not as much scoring here in the second half, but these two teams still going back and forth. Frank steps in. Frank trips. Still on his feet. No whistle. No whistle. And we might see one there. That was perhaps out of frustration. I tell you what, Danny, I feel that first collision with Frank was outside of the box, and it almost seemed to me as if they were playing advantage as he got back up and then going down again, and that's so tough. Calling a penalty in that situation has so many ramifications, and I don't know if Diaz Salcedo did enough. I certainly think if that's outside the box.
And the referee's going to talk now.
You'd see a foul. Oh, goodness. It has the crowd in a wad. Upsets, 23:30 remaining. And the official going to head back over.
Are they going to take a look at this?
Let's see what's announced.
Are we finally having our VAR moment?
I've not seen a review of any sort. I don't even think they have the technology over there, the video monitor. Perhaps just making sure this foul is on. If it is not worthy of anything more than a foul, there was no yellow issued. But it is interesting to see a discussion of this nature here. Because I don't know what can be changed at this point other than issuing a yellow. You can't go back at this juncture and
overrule the call.
Yeah, say there's a PK. I think that is on the table. The crowd trying to spur the home squad as the emotions of this match have climbed up a couple of steps in the past 30 seconds.
Don't know what all that talking was about.
Nothing was sent to the PA. I do think that was well done by the officials not to issue a yellow on the ensuing foul after no call was given to the Panthers. Cousins! What a play from Anthony Cousins to take it away. Now he plays it forward to Booth. Panthers looking to run. Hassan. Hassan with it still. Owen Green keeps possession for the Gold and Whites. This was all spurred by the takeaway from Anthony Cousins. Now Hassan turns again. Throw in FIU. 22 minutes left. 22:37 and counting.
AJ, let me get your opinion on that. Do you think that was a real potential penalty discussion? Or do you think
to be honest, no.
He went down pretty easily.
I think he ran more into Diaz Salcedo. Diaz Salcedo did not put his weight into the attacking player, which was Caleb Frank. I think the claim may have been more reasonable for perhaps a trip outside the box.
Right.
But that was hard to tell full speed, too, if Frank just lost his footing. That looks more like a potential foul. Not given. No, I would not have given a PK in a game of this stature at that moment there. I don't think Diaz Salcedo did enough. That might have been more equipped for a foul and a free kick outside the box. But they're letting him play, Danny, no doubt. Marshall, a goal here. Certainly take the wind out of the sails, you'd figure, with 20 minutes remaining. And the near chances, FIU has not converted. Oh, here's a chance. Wow. Vestmeyer has had two wonderful looks and unable to convert on either. That was point blank. The Herd still with possession here. Wow.
Just kicked it right at Gagliardi.
It's about 7 yards out. Gagliardi again with a nice save. Gagliardi, even though with the 2 goals, has been impressive.
You see, right there, that should have been advantage played instead of bringing it back, because we had possession right after that foul.
Take a look at Vestmeyer again. Hands on the head. He knows that could have been the strike.
It's a Marshall player down.
FIU certainly not pleased.
Is
that Roberts?
That is Roberts.
Roberts looks to be in pain. And the crowd was not happy with his antics after the goal. I mean, that's just soccer.
At least the time is stopped.
Yeah, and that's the thing in college soccer. This isn't for any competitive advantage. This is not to waste time.
If this was regular professional soccer,
then I would understand more of the frustration. I think the fans should look to be a little more understanding of the situation here. What college soccer player will not celebrate a pair of goals, you know? But the passion and emotion is high in a match like this, understandable. As he makes his way back. Jameel Roberts, the junior from England. A terrific game for him thus far.
Roberts is going to take a seat.
Time becoming a factor. Don't forget, though, the Panthers, a team that prides itself on late strikes, even with just seconds remaining. No whistle. On the in line. That's Talafe on the other side. Panthers with possession. Garcia. Survey. Back to Cousins. You're watching college soccer on CUSA TV on a humid, muggy night in South Florida before the cold front rolls in. AJ Ricketts, Danny Torres should have temps in the upper 60s tomorrow, which as cool as it will have been in months.
That means it's time to
break out the North Face,
yeah,
the scarves,
snow jackets, gloves.
Might be college football weather tomorrow. The Panthers will take on FAU, another Shula Bowl. There's Talafe. All sorts of speed, Talafe. He's surrounded immediately. Marshall leads the Conference USA East Division on the other football field. Fay with it. Crossed, headed away to Vestmeyer. Tell you what, Marshall has had more scoring chances here in the last 15 minutes. They have worked things out of the midfield well. What lineup will Kevin Nyland go with as gut check time starts to approach?
I still feel like they need to put Garo into this match.
Well, that was the point in time here where FIU's offense was really humming at its best. I know Garo is a player, a freshman, that only has one goal this season, the one he scored today. But boy, they're operating
an
well.
Excitement and energy to the team. You know, when you get things going, pick things up a bit, that's something that helps.
Afrifa and Talafe are playing as two forwards right now. It'll be a corner kick served up by Rousselet. Stephen Afrifa, freshman at the West Humber Collegiate Institute prior to his time at FIU. Under 18 minutes. Where will Rousselet go here? Plays it on the ground, right back. And a bad giveaway. Oh no, Gagliardi will have to sprint back. Yosef. And Cousins ended up on the ground. Marshall has numbers here. Played forward, great help. Terrific help from Owen Green to slide in. If that pass got through, Gagliardi was out of goal and vulnerable. And there's a whistle.
It's like the turf monster just came out and grabbed Cousins.
Under 17 minutes, Booth up to Talafe. Sousa in defense. Booth in the midfield. Fay was looking to make a run. FIU has trailed since the 22nd minute, after tying it in the 19th. Looking to tie, not this time. Rousselet denied. Another save. 6 saves now for Pita.
Another Marshall player on the floor.
It's the third Herd player to hit the grass. And you wonder if they're feeling the South Florida humidity here.
The Charlotte match was kind of the same. Charlotte players seem to be struggling with lots of cramping issues.
Keep in mind, the temperatures in West Virginia, they've taken a dip in the recent weeks. We'll take a break. 15:53 remains in Miami. 2-1. All right, so 15:53 to go in this match, unless FIU can tie it. Regular season championship on the line. Charlotte holding their breaths as well. They'd love to see an FIU score here late.
Marshall substitution, number 23, Max Schneider comes in and relieves.
Schneider will come back in. Marshall perhaps just 15 minutes away from continuing this magical season.
Marshall putting the pressure on defense. Trying to keep FIU in the back. But the Panthers survive and are moving forward.
A chance for Marshall to win the regular season after being picked 4th in the preseason poll. Just recently played a home match as a ranked team against another ranked team for the first time in program history. Had a record crowd of 2,000 fans, defeating 15th ranked Kentucky 1-0 on senior day. Pita, one of those seniors, has played a marvelous game, as has Vestmeyer, though he would like 2 of those close chances back. Here's Yosef, the leading goal scorer in Conference USA. Off the post! post and out. That nearly would have done it. Are you kidding me? Maybe the most marvelous goal of the season, misses by inches. Wow. And FIU still alive. Under 14 minutes to play. Gagliardi was out of goal. Incredible, off the post.
That's why you can't be standing way out there, AJ. You gotta be sure who you're dealing with.
I remember, the play that comes to mind, the World Cup, right? A couple of years ago, the Women's World Cup final against Japan.
Carly Lloyd.
Marshall inside again, what a wonderful move. Another touch, Joseph. Joseph is coming close. Joseph has nearly had two in the last minutes.
The German international is knocking on the door.
Watch this again with the right foot in the circle. Gagliardi, oh, the worst feeling in the world as a keeper. He was not able to get back to it. He is fortuitous. A terrible feeling for any keeper, knowing you've been caught too far out from goal. Faye was unable to come around. It's still 2-1.
Surprisingly.
I'll tell you, Joseph had another chance all lined up for him. He has 11 this year. He doesn't miss many like that. Can the Herd hang on?
Still in shock, AJ.
Oh, man. Every fan here, either side, on the edge of their seat for that.
Oh, there was dead silence.
That
for
play,
a good 3 seconds.
Itself worth the price of admission. Well, that was fun. Joseph, a terrific header flicked back. Westmeyer, one to beat. O'Callahan with a slide tackle, and Green makes sure Gagliardi got to it. Marshall's still down. Players still down in the FIU box. Officials are playing on. This is crossed. Faye unable to take it. Every fan here well aware what is on the line in the final 11-11. Marshall 2, FIU 1. And Green with a nice play to win the header. Faye gave it away. Every possession starting to feel a little more critical. Can't say enough about the job Marshall has done in this game to this point.
I think a pair of subs coming in for the Panthers. Getting ready to check in.
Raza trying to win it, and he is not happy with that call. You can see the frustration through his body language. Representative of the team right now, down a goal with 10 minutes remaining, and all the almost goals they've had. Well, Marshall can take a look right back and say, well, it should be 3-1 right now.
I'm surprised he didn't get a booking for that reaction.
I think on the whole, the officials have done an admirable job this evening, letting them play. And that may be to the chagrin of fans on a number of calls, but there have been a couple of plays and reactions that might have warranted a yellow. And another match. Joseph, such a good passer, so willing.
Beautiful touch.
Westmeyer looking for that clean strike. It was blocked that time.
There's a foul called.
Yeah, way back in the back half.
Let's go, boys. 9 minutes. Vamos, carajo.
Under 9 minutes. Does FIU have another finish in store, like we've seen so many times this season? They're at Akron, Kentucky, FGCU. Xavi Olmos will come in for Cousins. Sagardui returns for the Panthers as well. 8:20 remaining. This is where FIU has played so strong so many times this season. Down late in the match. A little bit more on the line on a Friday evening in Miami tonight.
They really need to start getting going. The time is running against them. They need that spark of energy offensively.
Let's see if Olmos or Sagardui can provide it. That's a pair of passes now Talafe has struggled with. Costly at this juncture. Got nearly a minute's worth of possession.
Looks like Frank is getting ready to come in as well for the Panthers.
Frank had that run where he was nearly fouled right outside the box. Yosef misfire there on the pass. And the crowd upset. The horn for the substitution came in, but it didn't seem as if the officials had signaled it immediately. Did you catch a whistle and motioning for a sub?
Nothing. I just saw the horn go off just a little bit. It didn't fully go off, just a little bit, and then he just said, all right, we're going to stop.
At that point, paused play, but FIU had something building, and the players and the fans unhappy with that. I don't know if that's an error from the scorer's booth. Nevertheless, that will add to the frustration of the evening.
Now Pita is down.
Pita's just trying to take a couple more seconds. He actually is down. But again, time does not tick when a player is down. It's not as if they're trying to waste time. Maybe the just accumulation of players down. Perhaps they're trying to stunt FIU's rhythm. I don't know. 6:39 remains. I'm never going to accuse a collegiate athlete of trying to waste time when time stops when they're down. But the crowd is antsy. Pita's had a marvelous game, hasn't he?
He has.
Look at his stats over here. He has 6 saves. And a lot of them have not been easy. Throw in for FIU. Waiting for the trainer to clear the field. All right, here we go. FIU will give it back. That's soccer. Sagardui with some words. Emotions ratcheting up even more.
Just trying to kill a little bit more time off the clock.
Just over 6 minutes remaining.
Man, the foul.
There's a foul. Is that in the box, though? Where was it?
That's awfully close, AJ.
It looks initially it might be a foot outside it, and it is. We'll take another look. I'll tell you what, FIU may have gotten lucky there. But all the times they put pressure right out around the 18, they deserved one. Cell phones coming out. Fans starting to record, anticipating perhaps a brilliant moments.
This may be a little too close, AJ.
At the edge of the 18, getting around this wall will certainly be difficult.
It's dangerous.
You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 person wall, it looks right now. Xavi almost to the right of it. Yeah, who will line up to take it? Whistle blows. The shots blocked. Almost on the bounce back to the right of the goal. FIU wants a deflection in a corner. Oh, everyone here, the way that bristled across the net, thought it was a goal. It was not. Under 6 minutes to go. Ball played in, far post. Blocked again. O'Callahan pushes it forward. Clear. Sagardui looks for a cross. Inigo Sagardui. To the delight of the crowd. Oh, Andrew Booth inside the box. Off the back of the head of Joseph as Owen Green retrieves. You're starting to see the Panthers play with a sense of desperation. Final 5 minutes. How much do they work through the midfield still? How much do they play it forward? Still time. Final 5 minutes. This is where it's happened so often for the Panthers this season. Sagardui can't get a strike. O'Callahan can't maintain it. Raza was running it down, but it's a throw in from Marshall.
I feel like it would have been smarter on that free kick since it was so close. Instead of going over the wall, and the wall jumps, just tuck it right under.
Certainly a possible train of thought. Now you got a Panther down, Matias Barraza. He'll just roll over to his bench. Looks like he's cramping up. Junior here from Miami. Doral Academy product. 4:12 left to go. Mohamed Kandi will come in. Kandi had the game winner at Kentucky. How close did Marshall come to taking a 3-1 lead from nearly midfield? Here's the two-time goal scorer today, Roberts. Joseph gets around the first man, through the second and down, the whistle. Now the whistle comes. Marshall 340 away from a regular season title. They're the 1 seed in the conference tournament. They have held off every FIU challenge today in the second half. 2-1 our score. Ball served in. Panthers looking to move forward. Stephen Afrifa.
Foot race.
This will be a goal kick for Marshall. Well done, getting back by the Herd. And they can take 10 to 15 more seconds off the clock. Will the Panthers develop one final opportunity? Under 3 minutes left.
Some FIU fans resembling the Mexican chant of the word I cannot say on live air, AJ, but if you know soccer, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, FIFA.
That's not too happy with that.
Yeah, they're never. That's always an ever-present problem. 2:15 remains. FIU looking for a final chance. They'll get a throw in on the far side. In the box. Maybe that extra pass wasn't needed there. Yosef looking to keep it in. He does. Gagliardi racing back. Play towards the middle beautifully. He has 2 today. Was looking for the hat trick. Jamil Roberts has been the man. No doubt the MVP along with his goalie. 1:34 remains. Great tackle from Garcia. Time so precious here. Garcia off the right foot. Andrew Booth turns. Booth crosses it in. Oh, what a play in goal again by Pita. He's been a wall today. 1 minute left.
1 minute remaining.
A regular season crown on the line in Miami tonight. The 1 seed in the conference tournaments. Senior nights here at FIU. Garcia launches up. Headed forward again. And a foul. Marshall kick. Condi was desperately trying to keep it in play. 41 seconds. That might have been the last gasp. Green to Frank. Sagardui. There's a whistle. Into the stands. Free kick. Sagardui, 25 seconds to go. Needs to play it in. Time pressure. He's gonna treat this as a free kick. Into the box. At the edge. Gagliardi heads it forward. Pita will take it. 10 seconds remaining. Marshall's gonna win it. The Marshall Thundering Herd come on the road and defeat FIU. Marshall has won the regular season championship. The Herd wear the regular season crown. A magical season continues for Marshall. And a year with moments they haven't felt since the start of the millennium, 2001. Marshall will celebrate tonight. A valiant efforts from the FIU Panthers on senior nights, and there will still be plenty to play for moving forward. A 3 seed, an NCAA tournament appearance for the Panthers, who have certainly earned an at-large bid. This one will certainly sting. All the credit tonight to the Marshall Herd.
Definitely, AJ. Remember, folks, this is just the regular season championship. There's definitely, for FIU looking ahead and more positive things, a lot more left to play for.
The Panthers were the top seed in the tournament 2 years ago after earning the conference crown and wound up missing the championship game en route to an NCAA tournament second round appearance. There was plenty at stake tonight. A chance for a memory here at home on senior night. Even Kevin Nyland, with his hands on his head, incredulous, and perhaps more disappointed than Malou on the opposite side. You see him in frame there.